What kind of adjustment was there, if any?
Really wasn't a major adjustment. It was giving us the same thing they gave us in the first half. We just locked in on our keys and just executed, really. That's all it came down to.
What message did the pass rush send today when going into today 2 sacks through 4 games, and today they had 3?
Yeah, they stepped up big. They stepped up big. Coach E was dialing it up, and they was all rushing. DB got one, Pat got one. I forgot who was the other one.
I think it was DB on the first drive. Did you say DB?
Yeah, DB. I can't remember.
It'll come to me.
It don't matter. They was balling. They had a lot of big plays, like even a couple holding calls. Negated a few positive pass plays they had. So that's wrecking the game, and anytime you can get that, it's definitely helpful for the back end.
It was A-Shot.
A-Shot, there it is.
You guys came back from 17-0 hole. I mean, you guys came back earlier this season in Arizona, but what does it say about this team to finish the job this time?
Just fighting. We learning about our team as we go, and like you said, like the Arizona game, we came back and fought. Jacksonville game was way better in the second half. So now we just got to put it all together for 4 quarters, but we know we're gonna finish, and that's one of the things Coach Canales preaches around here, and that's the fight we got in our team. So now we just got to start a little earlier and put it all together.
Did you learn from that experience, you think, a couple weeks ago in Arizona?
Yeah, definitely. It's, like I said, it's just a part of our DNA to finish. It showed like it might not be what you wanted to be in the first half, but in the second half we had the ball to go down there and win it with the last drive. So that's how crucial every possession is, and we got to remember that as we out there.
19 rushing yards that you guys allowed today. I mean, obviously the rushing game, you guys have been pretty good there recently.
Yeah.
I mean, how big of a turnaround has this been for you defensively to be able to stop these teams, not allow them to control the line of scrimmage that way?
It's been big. Like you said, 19 rushing yards, that's a dominating performance. Put it together with the sacks, the D-line. They showed up big today. And as a secondary, we didn't play our best, but definitely grateful to get the win. It's hard to win in the NFL. And we all just got to put it together at the same time, but the signs are there. Whenever you have dominating run defense performances, back-to-back weeks, you just got to be able to execute and come back next week ready to win.
Taking away Waller in the second half, it seemed like you got everything in the first 30, but you guys took him away in the second.
Yeah.
Big part of their offense was gone, was missing.
Yeah, he had a few good plays in the first half. One was a coverage bust on the back end up the middle of the seam. I think majority of his yards came from that. He had a good touchdown in the back of the end zone where he cut his route off short. Like I said, we just came out there in the second half. We was calling the same calls, just executing better, and it worked out in our favor.
So was it all communication, you think? Or just
yeah, it was on us, executing. That's what I'm saying. Like, we didn't come in at halftime and make no major adjustments. It was just like we got to lock in and execute the calls that we call it, and that's what we did in the second half.
I know you're on the other side of the ball, but what did you think watching the impact that Rico Dowdle had on this game?
Man, exciting. That's one of the guys I'm closest to on this team, just due to our history from college. He been like my big brother since I was 18. So for him to come out knowing Chuba out, he told me earlier in the week, I'm going for 180 this week. And then the game, when he got it, I'm like, bro, you might as well go for 200. But, Rico, he talented. He been that way. Just to see how much he went through in college, I think he had like 6, 7 surgeries. He's been battling injuries his whole career. But, he a hell of a player, and everybody saw that today.
Jaycee, what do you think a win like this, come from behind 17 points, does for this fan base just going into the rest of the season?
You said, what does it do for the fan base?
Yeah.
I don't know. They with us when we win, they against us when we lose. But we try to stay banded in the locker room and say the brothers. We try to stay together as brothers and play for each other. The fans gonna be there. Hopefully it boosts their morale. Hopefully, they pack out the next home game versus Dallas next week. But at the end of the day, we're doing it for our brothers in here and for the coaches and for the guys that put in the hard work. So we're gonna come back and try to dominate next week.